আপনারা দেখছেন টকিং পয়েন্ট, সৌজন্যে স্যাপ সলিসিটরস, যে কোনো আইনি পরামর্শের জন্য, এবং মাহবুব অ্যান্ড কো অ্যাকাউন্টেন্টস।
Welcome back. Before this break, we were talking to our distinguished guest today, a speaker, Councillor Cllr Mukit, MBE from London Borough of Tower Hamlets. He is the first citizen and he represents the borough in all the official events and all the official receptions. Speaker, sir.
Also chair the full council meeting.
You're the chair of the full council. Yes.
Chairing that.
I understand. I see from this picture that you are wearing a robe that reminds me of maybe Pope, maybe some of the cardinals. What is the? Can we focus this on this? Can you please focus this on the picture?
Do you want me to say?
Okay.
Well, this is the official robes. This when we go to the outside or even the inside.
When you mean outside, means outside the borough?
Outside the borough, even in the borough, when one of my duty also to do the citizenship, giving the citizenship.
By the way, when was this introduced? Because when we got our naturalization certificate, it only came through the post.
And that's what happened to me too, but it started very recently, not that much. There is the legislation, and I feel it's really good because we received it by a letterbox. But now you have got the reception, people coming with their guests.
I think it introduces an element of loving the country.
Loving the country, and also it's an oath, their oath. One thing promising how wonderful the law of the land and the queens to queens law to maintain the law, those all stuff been mentioned in the receptions. So this is one of my part, one of my responsibility. Mostly every week, Wednesday or Thursday, I go to the old town hall.
You have to don this red dawn.
And it's a robe. It's a robe. It's queen representation. So the speaker wrote this. Speaker is the word from the mayor, because we got elected mayor at this moment at the Tower Hamlet and Hackney. So we got only two speaker, Hackney and Tower Hamlet. All other is mayor. It's a civic mayor.
Yes.
So this is the history of the 100 years history of the robes wearing by the civic mayor queen. So when we invited to the LMA London Mayor Association, so we always they encourage us to go to the Whitehall or other when they invite all the dignitary mayors. We go with the robes, wearing robes and the chain.
That's very interesting. And in this photograph you are wearing the same chain.
That's right. Yes.
Isn't it?
That's the same chain.
We did not talk about the crest there on the chain, the civic badge which you could talk about, and this is about this blind beggar and the daughter, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the blind beggar of Bethnal Green. The blind beggar, it was a blind beggar that had long lost his sight, and he had a fair daughter, and that's the history from history. And this came, and this is why that symbol of the blind beggar has given here in this chain.
It's honoring that
blind beggar, and then the Queen Victoria and the symbol of four nations.
Does it have any relationship with this big pub on the corner?
That's the blind beggar. Yeah, that's the blind beggar. It's the name of blind beggar. No relation, but this is called also blind beggar.
Some relationship. Yes,
that's right. And this is how it came about in 1901. And the four, if you look in the corner, all four is England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland symbol. So it says, as I said earlier about this is introduce the 4-6 symbol. It's called authority, religion, trust, charity, education and commerce. That's the symbol of this chain.
Right.
And as a speaker, I think I have mentioned before, in every year, all the speaker they choose a charity.
Right. Yes.
You went to my charity
Yes,
dinners.
I had the honor to attend one of the
charity
dinners.
I
yes.
have choose a charity this year called Tower Hamlet Food Bank, and I had a charity dinner, and mashallah, I have raised quite.
What is this concept of food bank?
The
It
Tower Hamlet
serves the
Food
community.
Yeah,
yes.
the Tower Hamlet Food Bank, funded by the Dennis Bentley, was launched in the winter of 2010. The Tower Hamlet Food Banks, part of the Trussell Trust UK wide network of food banks, is to work to tackle the hidden hunger through the provision of emergency donations of food and support to those facing real crisis.
Right.
So before I chose this, I visited the Tower Hamlet Food Bank. Their session in the morning session on Friday in Poplar. So I saw all section of the community people there, and I amazed seeing the people from different community sector. I have seen some Bengali women,
Right.
men and women there. People are really who, some people has not been given the benefit for 6 months if you're there without foods.
Yeah.
And also I have been told by some of the people who visited the center that they save the foods. They save the food for the children come to see them over the weekend. So they save their food to have a proper dinner with the children. So it's given me really hunger.
Right.
On my, it came in my mind that
Yes.
I will choose Tower Hamlet Food Bank.
See,
If
so
I-
no, this gives me leads us to another aspect that I was wondering. I mean, whether you'll be able to answer that.
Sure.
That in many of the publications, Tower Hamlets is portrayed as underprivileged or an area where poverty is. Of course, poverty can be anywhere and at what level. See, but then this presence of food bank is a testimony that yes, there are areas that need to be addressed, isn't it?
You see, Tower Hamlet Food Bank is all over the England now.
Yes.
We have got in our neighboring borough, my colleague, Speaker Sharon from Hackney, she chose, I think Mayor of Heslington chose the food bank. There are different food banks, and it's needed. It's a poverty, of course it's a poverty, though we see, the Tower Hamlet is always, everybody knows, historically, it's not a rich borough, put it that way, it's not a rich borough. And at this moment, at the present situations where we needed the food bank in
Right.
that sense. And I think other people also, the banking sector and other charitable organizations are supporting them. And I felt that it's a good choice to choose the food banks this
Yes.
year.
And you hold regular events to raise the fund.
That's right. I have done the charity dinner where there was the business sectors, the housing association, and other colleagues also, the councillors and other colleagues also politicians, and also electronic print media people went. Thanks, you went there also. And I invited some other people, business sectors in the charity dinner. And there will be another one in April. It will call the tour of Tower Hamlet, if you like. So that will be hosted by Canary Wharf again.
Right.
So we can fundraise.
Yeah, there can be many ways of raising
That's
funds
right.
like this.
It
It's an interesting thing that I've seen in this catalog. You have this mace. You know, this do you or somebody else carries it when you go for meeting?
You see,
at
the
council?
mace, the borough owns 3 maces. One was originally used by the mayor of Poplar, and is a replica in silver of the old West India Dock gate, believed to have been made in the early 19th century. The second one is presented to the mayor of Bethnal in 1901. It is 18 karat gold and carries an image of the Bethnal town hall on its crown. The third, also gold, was used by the mayor of Stepney. The mace is carried by the mace bearer. That's we have a Mr. Peter is the mace bearer for me. In the front of the speaker into the council chamber, and the major events. So the maze bearer, when we got a full council meeting,
Right.
at least we got 8 to 9 full council meeting in the year. So it's a very traditional.
Yes, it's a symbol of authority.
Exactly. So the maze bearer will go from the front, say the speaker is coming in the
When
hall.
you enter
That's
the
right,
room, it is announced that the speaker is coming.
Coming
And then when you go there, what
the-
do the members do?
They all stand up.
Stand
Yes,
up.
to say the speaker is coming to the hall. They all stand up. Then when I go to my chair, the maze bearer, he put the maze front of me. Then I will sit and say, please be seated. So everybody sit and we start our business.
Where is the mace kept with the chain?
We have got the front of this speaker office. There is a very nice secure place where all the mace and chain all be
All the jewelleries.
secured.
It's very interesting. Again, coming back to the problems rather than the ceremonies. Youth, I mean, we all of us, we want to live a better society, a better world for our young people, see. And what is the borough doing for our youth to educate them? That's very easy. I mean, their schools are there, colleges are there, but then again there are few problems. Housing is there, that's a problematic issue. What about jobs? Are we going to create jobs? We did touch upon the Canary Wharf, yes, but they're not just responsible to provide jobs to the youth from the borough.
Yeah.
They will look at the world.
Let me remind you, as I said, when I got the MBA in Millennium Year, as my job as for the unemployment outreach project, I worked for unemployment project, youth unemployment, and then my whole as a senior youth and community development manager, I worked with the youth. That was my life, and it's most of my part of my job was to go to the seminar and encourage the people, encourage the young people to go to the further education, and to have a better career, for the better career. So this is where I come, and I always said that today's youth is tomorrow's future, and that you never know who those young people, they might run the country. These young people is now in Tower Hamlet. So it's not only the council, Tower Hamlet Council. The NHS Trust is the big employer in Tower Hamlet. NHS is a massive employer, and then you got councils, and then as we said, the banking sector in big banking center, the headquarter of European banking in Tower Hamlet now. So all the center, the authorities, councils, the NHS Trust, and the private sector, they all have to concentrate how we combat that combat the situation. And as I said, there are not much job round, but we have to create the jobs. The private sector, the Canary Wharfs, and other sector, banking sector, same as well as the NHS Trust and council have to create the job for them. If there is no qualified people in the the young people, there has to be apprenticeship scheme which will lead them to the future career.
Right, that's a very good idea. We don't have much time left, sir, but I would like to thank you for making time for us, coming along and giving us all this information that people, I'm sure that people found it very interesting. There are not too many speakers, as I learned from you.
That's right.
There are only just two, isn't it? One here and one in Hackney.
Yeah, there's two speakers. Because it's 32 boroughs in the Greater London, all are the mayor, but we have two elected mayor. Therefore, we changed the title from mayor to civic mayor to the speaker, but same roles.
Thank you very much for giving us the time.
Thank you very much. I really thank you and the NTV and the crew to invited me. At the same time, I would like to thank the viewer of the NTV all over the world for watching us.
Inshallah.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you, viewers, for being with us, and I hope that you have enjoyed the show as much as we have. And I believe it was very interesting because, as I said, there are not too many speakers around, only two. One we have here in the London Borough of Tower Hamlets and one in Hackney. and this is a very important position, and hopefully we will have more persons in our community like Mr. Cllr Mukit MBE, and we will go further from that. Thank you for being with us. Have a safe weekend. See you again, same time next week.